Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us at detention number 50, 50 Shades of Detention at Primary Stages ESPA. My name is Sarah Matucci, and I am the director of ESPA, which is the Einhorn School of Performing Arts here at Primary Stages. Primary Stages is an off-Broadway theater company in New York City, and we just ended our 35th season of producing new work. 12 years ago, Primary Stages started ESPA, the School for Emerging and Established Professional Playwrights, Actors, Directors, and Producers. We have classes at our Midtown studios and now online. And our goal is to have artists learn in a non-judgmental environment from professionals who are currently working in the field. But just as important as what happens in our classroom, we want to create community and the opportunity for collaboration. And we want everyone in our family of artists to find their people, the artistic partnerships that they can take out of the classroom and bring into the world. Now, one of the ways that we do this is through Detention, a program where our playwrights create pieces based on a writing prompt that we give, and then are paired with ESPA actors and directors to bring that work to life. We've been producing Detention for the last 9 years, performing in venues like Jimmy's Number 43 in the East Village and the Cherry Lane Theater. This is our 50th Detention, and we aren't going to let the obstacle of social distance stop us from collaborating and creating. So we find new ways, right? We forge new paths because creativity lets us breathe and dream and escape and imagine. So in honor of our 50th Detention, we've taken some of our favorite prompts from over the years and also created a new one that speaks to our current world. And then we've paired writers with actors and asked them to create a monologue based on those prompts. Our directors then joined in to create in this new virtual form. This is our 50th Detention, and we are making it a party. So not only are we online virtually for Detention for the first time ever, but we have got 150 artists creating 75 new works, and we are showing them over 3 nights. Tonight is the first night of this celebration, and the prompts for tonight's monologues are: through the looking glass, explore what life will be like 1 year from now in any place and from any point of view, whether it's through the microcosm of an individual experience or the macrocosm of society at large. Let your inner fortune teller go wild. And through the looking glass, explore what life will be, no, lies. That's through the looking glass. Love in the time of Corona. Words. Love in the time of Corona. Write a monologue about love of any kind, partners, friends, parents, roommates, and more, and how that love is affected or tested in this time of either extreme isolation or consistent, constant togetherness. To see the program for tonight's event, please click the link in the description of the YouTube live stream. This will take you to a webpage on the Primary Stages website that lists the program order and our playwrights, actors, and directors for each piece. To learn more about Primary Stages and ESPA, visit us at primarystages.org. And also, you can join the Primary Stages Primary Plus Virtual Community Facebook page. This will let you know about more events like this, performance events that also include free weekly masterclasses and lunch and learn playwriting sessions, read-alongs of our favorite new plays, and more. This is how we are creating community in this virtual time, and we hope that you'll join us. Before I turn it over to the amazing performers, we just want to say thank you. Thank you, playwrights, directors, actors who are all diving into this crazy challenge and creating in a new way. And thank you, the audience, for being here and for going on this adventure with us. You are the final piece that brings this work to life, and we are thrilled that you are now part of the family. On behalf of the entire Primary Stages community and the ESPA team, thank you so much and enjoy the show.
So sorry I'm late. The 6 was packed and some dude tried to grab my ass while I was getting off. I know I should have stopped him or screamed at him or whatever, but I didn't. It's shit like this that makes me weirdly, wistfully nostalgic for the old New York. Like this time last year, I was in Union Square Station I was wanting to listen to that Calypso band that plays AV platforms when this woman, she wanted to get through. So she pushed me hard, harder than I'd ever been pushed before. Move, bitch. I was stunned, but then the words rolled right off my tongue. Go fuck yourself. I get a shiver every time I think of it. Go fuck yourself. Words so beautiful, so round the way they feel in the mouth, so perfect. Now, that exchange would go completely differently. We would probably hug because we can finally touch. Maybe even an errant tear would roll down our faces as we checked in with one another. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine. We'd assure each other. I love you. It's custom now to share this moment of vulnerability with strangers. But don't get me wrong, I like the change. It's softened me. I actually smile at strangers the way I did when I first moved here. In the old New York, I could sit in my living room for hours in an office chair, just rolling back and forth across the living room floor, laughing maniacally at the torture my downstairs neighbors would have to endure. I could sit in a bathroom stall for 15 minutes, knowing that a line was forming and not caring because I had to watch that cheesy potato tutorial video through to the bitter end. But now, compassion, empathy. I have to have all these feelings I never had before. I took pride as a New Yorker because it felt like the embodiment of my own fortitude, of my own survival. But now it's different. Now it is much bigger than me. I still want to say, go fuck yourself. But all that comes out is, I love you. Be safe.
My father said he could take care of my mom on his own, but he just had his knee done, so I came to help out for a little while. I thought for a little while. The new nook's pretty nice though, don't you think? And the waterfall in the yard, you get that ASMR tinkly sound. Solus Bar Aqua, healing through water. Solus Bar Aqua, spa. Anyway. Over there, Dad planted geraniums. I said, Dad, you sure you want to plant geraniums? Geraniums bring deer. Deer bring ticks. He said, your mother loves geraniums. I said, does she like ticks? And of course he planted them anyway. I get here and one morning I come down to the deck and I see him in the yard shooing deer away from the flowers. Hobbles back into the house and I see something crawling on his shirt. You already know. Take a guess. It's a tick. I flick the tick away and it falls and I don't see it anywhere. So I have to vacuum the whole house 5 times just because your mother likes geraniums. Anyway, you should have planted lavender. That would have kept the deer away. But why listen to me? I only have a PhD in this. People always seem surprised when I say that. I'm like, really? Is there a look for a conservationist? Am I not it? I mean, is it a compliment to be it, or an insult. You know, when I was your age, I wanted to be a poet. Then I got to 6th grade and I realized I'm not that good at sentences, so no go. Anyway, before I came here, me and my team were in Japan. You know, they've got this forest rabbit, the amami rabbit, that's endangered. But it eats this pampas grass that grows in these fields and patches in the forest. It looks like a silver ocean when the wind blows through. Just watching it makes you feel weightless, like you're floating. Forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku they call it there, ecotherapy here. You go out in nature and you just let it wash off over you. And it heals your body, let it heal your mind. Yeah. I believe it works. It's working for that rabbit. He's a living fossil. Now the Galapagos, that's where I'd really like to go. Get up close to some Darwin shit. Oh, excuse me. You know, I finally planned to do it this year and even set a date, but you know. Ooh, they've got that prickly pear down there. Never touch those cacti. I mean, the glockets, they're like barbs. They lodge in your skin. If you don't listen to me and you do touch the cacti and the barbs do lodge in your skin, don't use tweezers. You brush them out with pantyhose and use rubber cement to pull the rest out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Remember? DBAD, don't be a dad. Anyway. Darwin shit will have to wait for now. Honestly, the amami rabbit might be extinct by the time we get back to Japan. Which hurts, I must say. Here, though, there'll be surely ticks in this backyard so long as my father leaves those damn geraniums up. So don't go back there. There's life to preserve here, too. Vacuuming ticks for the elderly. That's a worthy cause, right? Yes. Just say yes. Okay. One day at a time. Anyway, you want me to Venmo you for the lawn? Oh no, I can't give you cash, germs. What, can I pay you in TikTok?
So there's been a lot of home invasions. It's been about 7 incidents where cash and shit was stolen while people were sleeping in their own houses, you know? And there's this whole campaign on the news telling people it's just this one guy, lock your doors. So there were 2 sides of Kercheval my whole life. Kercheval Street, it's a street. And there are these huge human-sized flower pots that are like a literal barricade to stop folks from driving in from Detroit. It's all one-way traffic now, and the flower pots sort of block the view. And if you haven't seen them, they're pretty and they're bougie, but like the other side of Kercheval could use some beautification as well, you know? And they say that's coming, but who the fuck knows? We used to talk about that, he and I. I grew up on like the rich, like white, like good suburb side. I was always sensitive about that, but it's what it was for me. It's like a race divide. That's where I first met my friend on the other side of Kercheval. They don't come over here. I used to go over there and hang out when I was younger. Lots of blues cats, old timers. And I grew up hearing that music with him by my side. He drove like he didn't even know where the fuck he was going. He just went. Like, I don't even know what the fuck he'd be looking at. And that kind of like wide open, total anarchy, that's a wonderful thing, man. And he taught me that. People do need to be more careful about locking their doors because it's desperate times out there. I started doing this after she died. This car accident, telephone pole, Christ's sake. And the news is out here telling people, I'm from the bad side. I'm from Detroit, but joke's on them, you know? Just a kid from their own neighborhood. I was broken when I lost him, man. I lived and died in that sorrow. I walked in it. He was, I don't even know how to say it. He was like a song, like his own song, really. And people knew it. They were drawn to it. Women were drawn to it. They'd be destroyed by it or else propelled by it. Yeah. He fucking died, and that kicked me in the ass. So here's what I'm gonna do with the money. There's this idea. It's a real idea. You can look it up online. There's this whole campaign to make Kercheval go both ways, to get rid of the barricade, get rid of the flower pots, and may turn it into a roundabout so people can drive in and out of Detroit. I'm not trying to be like Robin Hood or anything, but before he died, we were both tripping, and we both turned around and we saw pyramids. We both saw them together. And now I look behind me and I lose faith in this reality. It's not enough. That's why I'm not scared right now. I've inherited all these lies, and now, by any means necessary, you know? Yeah. So just walking around in that sorrow. It really was like a song. It came and went like the tide. Whoa, oh, what I want to know is, are you kind?
Madame Palmetto! Hello? Are you in there? You may not remember me, but it's SHANIA BUXLEY-TRENTMEYER. I bumped into you about a year ago on 47th Street right after my shift, and you sold me this lucky amulet and the pink Himalayan salt crystal lamp thing, and you said, and I quote, in 1 year's time, I would be living in abundance, at which point I should come and find you and share in my abundance. So here I am, 1 year to the date, like I promised. God dang, it is cold as a... Hey, I can hear you breathing in there. Oh, fine, I'll just say my bit right now. Look, when I met you, I was struggling. But back then, I loved the struggle. I loved my lopsided apartment and the hot concrete and sticky summer and those cool midtown audition rooms. I mean, heck, I even loved that stupid uniform they gave me to wear at Five Napkin Burger. Smelled like French fry, oil, and Sephora, but to me, Lord, it was perfect. And then I ran into you. And I believed everything you told me, right down to my soul, I did. But today, I'm here to tell you, Madame Palmetto, that you and your store of psychic frivolities and predilections is a sham. That's right, I said it. It's a sham. You were about as useful to me as a trapdoor in a canoe, Madame. I'll just say that much right now. You know, I slipped and I dropped that lucky amulet in the toilet at the Port Authority 20 minutes later. Oh, and guess what? That pink salt crystal Himalayan whatever melted on my radiator in about a month. Oh, and most importantly of all, I am not living in abundance. I did not get my big break. I did not get an agent, and I most definitely did not book a guest starring role on Blue Bloods, which was fixing to be my biggest dream this year. No, instead, I contracted planner's warts from the Planet Fitness in Jackson Heights. And my sweet pooch, Ashley Brittany, died. Lord, I am not happy. You know, there are two tiers, they tell you in this city. The ones who get it, the ones who just got that magical thing, they just got it. And the ones who don't just got it. But there's a third tier that they don't tell you about. And it's those ones that are the about tos. And those about, they are the worst of all. They're those ones who have this potential energy that very soon, very, very soon, they are just about to just hit it big. And they have this energy about them, and it's infectious and alluring, and it makes you just want to be around them. Well, you know, you can't get a job without confidence, and you can't get the confidence without the potential energy. And I don't know how a person like me has even a fighting chance to dip my little pinky toe into a puddle of that potential energy. I don't know how to be something I wasn't born to be. Lord, I don't want to admit it, but maybe I'm just not cut out for this city. Maybe I just don't got it like I thought I did. So I'm here to say, shame on you, Palmetto. Shame on you, you hope killer. There ain't no stars in alignment, and there ain't no faith left in me. So you can just excuse me, I have to take this. Yes, hello, Shania BUXLEY-TRENTMEYER. Yes, this is Shania BUXLEY-TRENTMEYER. What? Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow at 9 works great for me. All right, thank you very much. Oh, should I wear the same outfit I wore? You know what? I'll figure that out on my own. Yes, thank you very, very much. Bye now. A callback! A callback? Oh, what am I gonna wear? Oh, I gotta go over that script again, right? I don't even know if I have it still. That was 3 weeks ago. Oh, heck! They must have really liked me.
I mean, is it okay that I turn this on? It's not even recording you at all, just me. Well, I don't know why really. It just seemed like today was something significant and I wanted to record it for historical purposes. Well, it's like I told you before, there's the sci-fi and then there's the fantasy. Star Trek, Star Wars, everything Marvel, American Horror Story, The Walking Dead. Then there's the hybrids, Looking, Mr. Robot, Mrs. America, Girls. And then there's the intense, Ozarks, Breaking Bad, Mindhunters, Lost. It's eclectic. Because the stakes just seem to get higher and higher, or raised. Yeah, it's intense, too intense. And I think the intensity is what really freaks me out. You're right, it excites me too. No, scared, no, nothing scares me. Well, those shows don't scare me. Resilient? No, that's insane. It's intense, like too intense. Because like, it's real. It could really happen to real people in the real world. It's not like space aliens abduct you and you're going to be probed, or like the zombie apocalypse and they're going to eat you, or like you're traveling through time to confront your own mistakes, because that's a whole other kind of scary. But this is like, whoa, this is like more intense than you can think. It's like a suspension of disbelief by choice, because the show that we committed to is like, ah. So I have to do it in small doses. Well, of course, with you, yeah. I mean, where would we be without online viewing parties, or close proximity, or technology, or global positioning, I suppose. Okay, you could use the word romantic. You may not know this already, but I think you need to know it now. I don't have a sliver of romance in the structure of my DNA. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just like, it's like now. Like now, the strange thing about now that we can go, that like travel, like outside, when all I thought I wanted was the freedom to go outside. And now because I don't. Well, I mean, when this all started, it was all like episode 1, season 1. And shit, you'd think I'd be more upset that it's ending, not that it's over. No. I mean the TV show. I didn't mean as in us. I get it. Yeah. No, I'll get it. I got it. I got you. Come on in.
Okay, last one. And I like to pour the batter like this, with a little shake and a wiggle. Oh yeah, I have to say, this batter is looking pretty sexy. Oh my God, that's where I'm at, folks. Sexy batter. What's next? Whoop! Oh, I spilled a little bit. That's okay. No use crying over a spilled batter. Everyone likes cake batter, right? I mean, look at this. I could just eat it all up right now without even baking it. But I won't, because then it wouldn't be a proper episode of Kate's Kitchen. It would just be the Kate eats raw cupcake batter by herself like a lunatic show. Okay, so anyway, we put them in the oven, preheated to 375, and we set our little snowman timer friends for 18 minutes. Oh, we have our first live viewer. How exciting. Welcome to Kate's Kitchen, big wrinkly sack. I'm Kate, and oh, and he left. Well, that's okay. He can watch it later on my story highlights like the rest of you. So none of the cupcakes are in the oven. It's time for my favorite segment, Questions with Kate. So last week I asked you to send in all your burning questions, but nobody did. So I came up with some questions of my own. Here we go. Dear Kate, what have you learned during this time that you would never have expected to learn before? Well, Kate, thanks so much for your thoughtful question. Let's see. I learned how to sew a mask. Never thought I'd do that. I've learned that according to Facebook, you all really can't stand your kids. You know, I keep reminding myself every day that I'm still one of the lucky ones, but you know, I really miss physical contact. Just like hugs or a touch on the shoulder, stuff like that. After James and I, the thing that I missed the most was waking up those lazy weekend mornings. And I would always wake up first. He's so not a morning person, but it was so hard to get out of bed when we were cuddling like that. Like, even if I had to pee really badly, I would just lie there and try to sync my breath with his. You know, he used to do this thing that absolutely slayed me. When I would try to get out of bed, he would just wrap his arms around me, just automatically, like the way a flower turns towards the sunlight without thinking. He was still asleep, but deep in his unconscious, he would just like want to desperately keep holding on to me forever. Like he promised he would. Well, and this was supposed to be my post-breakup slutty phase. I keep getting these targeted ads for virtual blind dates, but I'm not having phone sex with a stranger, so instead, I am doing this show and baking way too much food for one person to eat and waking up at 5 a.m. to score egg deliveries. But I do it for you, for all the people who could be watching this one day. I guess what I'm saying is we all need something to get us through this, right? You know, just 16 minutes. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to come back when we're frosting them. Bye.
Wow. I can't believe you just went there. That takes crazy balls. You know, not that I'm surprised. Nah, I'm just impressed that you owned up to it. Is all. Holy fuck. Wow. You know, I just keep flashing on when she was moving in. God, that was 3 weeks ago, yeah? And you were trying to help. So you picked up her precious suitcase and she was like, put that down. You know, and I was like, well, what the fuck? My best friend and my girlfriend are going to hate each other by the time this is over. What have I gotten myself into? Yeah, it's funny how things work out, huh? Wow. Wow, you know, I've never seen you before with that stupid look on your face. You can't even get rid of it, can you? You can't just like sit here and look at me like, hey, we're just talking about, I don't know, sports or something. And you're not thinking about her in the kitchen, boiling water, eating an apple. Maybe she's even listening to us right now. Well, and yeah, you know, I can dig that you never felt this way before, man. You know, at least not that you ever told me. Now, you were always so slick, smash and dash, even in high school. You remember Sherry Michelson? Huh? Hey, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Okay, I know you can't help it. Any more than I could help it if I still felt the same way about her. Yeah, why do you look so surprised? Must be pretty damn clear that she and I, we're just not happening anymore. Now that we're together all the goddamn time, and man, has that begun to suck. Whereas you guys, you're so mellow. You're so happy. You're so connected. 6 feet apart, but your eyes look like you're reading each other's minds. Fuck, man, this is weird. Sam, you're like a brother to me, man. You always will be. I promise you that this will not come between us. Believe me. Oh, and she should get all of her shit out of my room and put it into your room right the fuck now. Or as soon as she finishes her tea. She's all yours, bro. Just like Sherry Michelson.
The trick is to start from the outer part and work your way to the inner part. Slow and steady. You really want it to look natural. Babe, sorry, I'm in the middle of a tutorial, okay? Love you. Can you shut the door? Babe, can you shut? Now, I am using a gel pencil, but if you are using a liquid, sorry, babe, can you shut the door? Alex! He can't hear me. We live in a Bushwick Junior, yet somehow, I know you can hear me. I really like this brand of eyeliner. I don't remember where I bought it, but I'm sure if you just Google, what does that smell? I literally ask one thing. Shut the door when you leave the room. Right? You come in, you go out, you shut the door, okay? 5 years of marriage. You think he'd... Oh, hi, Alex. Hold on. How do I... Sweetie, remember how I don't get angry at all every time you misstack the dishes on the drying rack, even though I have calmly explained that putting a wet bowl on a stack of dry dishes completely defeats the purpose of a drying rack. Think about it. Wet bowl, dry dishes, gravity. And you know how I don't make a big deal at all when you leave half-drunken glasses of seltzer everywhere. The nightstand, the coffee table, the bathroom counter. And when I ask why, in a very soft voice that makes me feel like I'm your mother and not your hot ass wife who you fucked in a dressing room of TJ Maxx, you say that you're not done and that you like flat seltzer, which by the way, you know is just water, right? I am a good wife. I cook, I clean, I bake bread, I work, I manage people. People depend on me, and I would bend over backwards for you, literally, but we are living in insane conditions, and all I ask is one itty bitty teeny tiny thing. Shut the fucking door. That's it. That's all. Please. Otherwise, I swear, I will Carol Baskin the shit out of you and feed you to a tiger. And what on God's earth is that hideous smell? Are you cooking? Is that soup? You learned how to make soup? You making soup for me? Babe. Go, 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 go. I just remembered. It's from Sephora.
What do I deserve? Oh, I deserve someone who doesn't even think to ask me that. What kind of a question is that, really? One that's supposed to prompt me to think about my life, assign a value system to it, decide what was in my control and what wasn't? Why would you even ask me that? Why would anyone ask anyone that? As if you had some moral right to decide or validate any answer I might possibly give. Who are you to judge? You're nobody, that's who. But fine, you tell me. You know, I have heard that way too many times in my life. You're like my ex-husband, if you really want to know. He never felt that I deserved anything better than a life devoid of love and tenderness and caring. And you know what? He was right. Because that's how he made me feel. You feel something long enough, it becomes real. Neuroplasticity, you know, they say the brain literally changes its shape based on how the neurons are firing, creating shortcuts so the synapses and impulses are more efficient. So you know what I got real good at? Telling myself that I wasn't worth it. Long after there was no one left to tell me that. It's been 10 months since the divorce. And my fucking brain keeps that abuser here, even though my heart and every other fiber of my being want him out. So, is that what I deserve? Huh, no. I am going to rewrite him out of my heart and out of my life. Because I need to focus on the positive. I so want to focus on the positive. I deserve to focus on the positive. So when you ask me what I deserve, you have no idea. You have no fucking clue what I deserve. How about if I put that on my profile so that next time I won't get some self-righteous asshole like you asking me what I think I'm worth? Well, oh, wait. Oh, I think I had you on mute. Sorry. Oh, wait a sec. I think I'm on mute too. Uh, did you hear any of that? No. Oh, well, I was just complaining about the whole COVID situation. Thank you for not interrupting. I guess I really needed to say all that, even whether you heard me or not. You know, but I forget, what were we talking about? Oh, I think you had asked me what I thought I deserved. Oh, that was a rhetorical question? Oh, well, man. Oh, is the sweetest thing anyone said to me in a long time. Listen, I've got a rhetorical question for you, too. Wouldn't it be great if we could get together in person when this is all over? I think I deserve that.
Mom, I've put a lot of thought into this. This is a stressful time. You are my mother, and I should let you back inside. You went outside, sure, to the grocery store, but you've been exposed, and letting you back in would put my home at risk. I keep thinking about the time we were in an airplane and the cabin lost pressure just for a moment, and I, terrified, looked over to see you putting your mask on first and was confused. Why isn't she helping me? But now I realize you're supposed to help yourself first. I need to help myself first. Not just for the safety of my home, but for my own mental sanity. You know, maybe it was you leaving your keys behind was a blessing in disguise. It just makes it easier to be honest. I don't like living with you. You don't listen to me. You're messy. You chew with your mouth open. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's annoying when you don't pick up your feet as you walk around the apartment. And I can't stand how when you change the roll of toilet paper, you put it under, not over. Do you realize how fucking frustrating that is? It's over. It's always over. God, it's like I'm in high school again. You were only supposed to stay for one weekend, and it's been 3 goddamn months. And all of this forced togetherness is just making me realize that I don't want you living here anymore. So leave the groceries, I'll collect them. I see you at Christmas.
No, I'm not doing a Zoom wedding. And I know people have to fly to California, so clearly we have a problem. Most people in New York won't even go to a store, so I doubt they'll be hopping on a plane to go to a wedding anytime soon. Casey offered to sew masks to match the bridal party dresses. But Mom, I have to tell you something, and please don't say anything. I barely have a time to talk to you privately anymore since Michael and I have been quarantined. He's out for a walk, but he'll be back any minute. I'm really deeply unhappy. And I've been feeling this way since before the virus even started here. You have to believe me. This isn't about corona or wedding jitters. When Michael moved in here, I thought it would be great. I mean, we were already engaged and I thought we were happy. But lately I've been noticing things about him that I didn't notice before. And I don't just mean petty stuff like him not helping out with chores. even though it does start to get really annoying after like the 10th time I ask him to put his dishes in the dishwasher. I mean, you'd think guys in my generation would be more progressive, but sadly, that's just not the case. Even though Sarah tells me all the time how her husband cooks dinner for them every night and goes out to the grocery store so she doesn't have to go, which is really annoying because he doesn't even have a real job anyway, so of course he's going to be more helpful. But that's not even the point. Michael has become incredibly narcissistic. It's like he's checked out. He's obsessed with work, and not just since he's been working from home. And anytime I tried to talk about my job and going back to art school, it's like he could care less. It's all about his job, how he moved here for his career. Everything is about him. And we used to laugh all the time. I mean, if you can't even laugh once in a while with someone you're supposed to get married to, then what the hell is the point of having a partner? And I know we're all depressed right now, but this is different. I mean, it's not like I've been an angel to live with, but the more time I spend alone with him, the less I love him. I almost don't even like him anymore. I just think that if you're about to get married and commit your life to someone, that person should be the first person you choose to be with during a crisis. You made a mistake marrying Dad. I'm sorry, you said you felt squashed by his ego, and you always told me to be more careful in choosing a partner. But I'm stuck now. How the hell do I tell him? He probably thinks that we're just postponing the wedding, not breaking up. And part of me is really scared to be alone right now. I mean, what if I get sick? But I already feel so alone when I'm with him. How long can I pretend we're going to get married just so we can get through this pandemic when I know I can't marry him? I just can't.
You give me fever if you kissed me, fever if you held me tight. I'll be here all night looking over the courtyard, singing my Some joker just said, go home. I am home, fool. And look at Josephine in 6B, beautiful Josephina. But why are you crying? No, sweetie, I'm sorry. The stay-at-home rules were in place before you could replace your husband. Now, I heard he was cheating on you with your neighbor. And now you still have to see him every single stinking day. Oh, that's brutal, just brutal. Oh, maybe time for another apropos song for JoJo. Don't want to be all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself. Oh, please stop crying, baby. Yeah, I'm supposed to be performing my favorite songs for my favorite people. And, nothing's really changed. Just because we could reach out and touch someone before didn't mean we did. And contrary to what mass media says, this is not the best time to start an online relationship. Go for the real deal. How? Ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar. And, hey, we were socially distant before this. Successful marriages are based on social distance. That's why they invented this king-size bed. Look, I'm sorry, baby. If it didn't work for you this time, that doesn't mean it has to be your last relationship. Besides, being 6 feet apart, what's the big deal? It's better than being 6 feet under. Go out and oh, I know. You want to dance with somebody. You want to feel the heat with somebody. Somebody to love. Go out and meet someone on the block and talk to them from a safe distance. There's nothing to be afraid of as long as you're safely spaced. And if you crave more conversation with someone like me, take their temperature and invite them in, but only after 2 weeks. It's not an impossible situation. There will be love in the time of Corona. There is always love. And you know, I've been serenading you for 2 weeks, Josephine. I'd be happy to come over. You guys, she says, take my temperature. Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away. It's 98.6, baby.
What am I writing? Oh, no, it's nothing, Sloan. I'm sorry. Yes, please. Lady DeSanto, my apologies. Oh, right. No, it's nothing. All right, I take it back. It's not nothing, it's everything. Sloan. Now, hold on 1 second. Let's take a look at how you feel when I call you by your first name. You're exhibiting the classic symptom criteria of narcissistic personality. Your arrogance and your need for excessive attention has affected my ability to do my job. And I will not call you Lady DeSanto anymore. Let's break down the paradigm of the past and move bravely into this new world, shall we? Let's be honest, Sloan. You are not a nice person to anyone. Treating your husband and family as if they're merely props in your life is despicable. They're human beings. Do you know what love is? Do you understand what unconditional love is? It's the sacrifice a nurse makes to stay at a hotel away from her family, to keep them safe from a disease that she has to face every day. Do you know what it isn't? It isn't seeing the woman you're going to marry in 3 months' time having an existential crisis of conscience with a bag of Frito-Lay smeared across her face saying, if you plan on getting out of bed today, you might want to clean up your face. I'm going to my mother's. Be well. Be well? Stick a fork in me, Sloan. I'm done. At this point in my life, I don't need this extra grief anymore. Do you think I want to do this for the rest of my life? I certainly don't want to put your crap on top of mine. I need to find a love that even when we're separated, the thought of that first touch keeps us connected through whatever life might throw at us. When you see that person again in the flesh for the first time, your skin flushes, you got butterflies that go from your gut to your heart. You really hear music and birds chirping and your heart just bursts with joy from the sight of it. It's like the movies and you can't help but run to them and get swept up in their arms. Oh. And that's our time.
I know you're gonna want to document this to show to the next generation, to see the hardships we suffered, but let's be honest, okay? No one knows when this will end. The next generation could be living like this too. At least I hope so. I mean, you might have got the wrong person for this thing. It's not hard for me, like, at all. I hate people. When they told me, you gotta work from home and don't leave your apartment, I was like, oh my God, no. I'll miss you all so much. Air hugs. Mwah, mwah. Till I got home and did a quintuple flip, triple axel, Simone Biles somersault into my couch. Oh, I hate people. I mean, I hate them. This, working alone, in my pajamas, surrounded by my food. How are people not loving this? I mean, little Debbie's, can you even? Maybe I am the right person for your thing. You know, if you're doing a time capsule or whatever, you're gonna want to capture this. So, little Debbie's straight to my door, thanks to the new man in my life. Or hey, my Instacart guy. Oh, Instacart, who knew? Oh, we connected that first delivery. I am broke, but there's a special place in hell for not tipping. So I got creative. They need masks, and you can make them with a sock and scissors. Only I added some flair. But that wasn't what made him give me his number. It was this. I could hear him outside the door when he picked it up. There was a giggle, then he started laughing a lot. And then it turned into this weird kind of mournful cry, one cry from the gut. He leaned against my door and slid down with a thunk. Thank you, he said. I slid down my side of the door, our bodies back to back. I told him I thought the mask and nose was a dumb idea, but that I didn't have anything else to offer. Oh, it's the thought that counts, he said. I did a little snort laugh, which he heard, and he got annoyed because he wanted me to believe him. He told me he's super stressed and his 10-year-old kid is practically raising himself. He owned that little neighborhood restaurant on 10th Ave. Oh, it was beautiful. He said, like, families sharing food, love all day long. Now I don't recognize my life anymore. But you and this smile you gave me and this stupid, silly nose. And then there was silence. I worried for him. And finally he spoke. My heart has completely shattered. And you, without seeing your face, your eyes, just your grocery list, you cut through the darkness. For a split second, there's a little light, some kindness. Oh, I needed human kindness. He slips his number under my door. So I text him sometimes. Look at what he sent me. That's his kid. With the nose. Oh, I still hate people, but I love kindness. It's contagious.
Well, that's easy. Just track the disease. Hey, the government's microchip. Have you heard about this? Yeah, they're developing it to track identity. Oh, well, at first I thought, that sounds crazy. What are we in now, the Minority Report. But no, think about it. It's the best way to know who's got what. I mean, anyone could be a carrier, right? The diseases that people have these days, just naming diseases like they're hurricanes, you can't keep up. But this chip is the best way to know who's got what disease and who's been vaccinated. The unknowing wouldn't exist anymore, and I hate the unknowing. Would you pass me the, nope, sorry. I'll get it myself. I'm such a hypocrite. We have so many germs. Do you know how many germs there are on a doorknob? Babe, babe, babe. Do you know how many germs there are on a doorknob? It is permanent glove and mask usage from here on out. We can never, ever leave the house without them. Oh, I can't even imagine color coordinating. Oh, and forget riding the subway. Nope, we're gonna have to find jobs closer to home. Just isolate ourselves to avoid the congestion. Or move. Or move. But then what about the neighbors? How would we know if they're carriers or anti-vaxxers? We'd be exposed and wouldn't know. And people lie. I mean, we have plenty of friends who lie all the time, so why wouldn't they lie about anti-vaxxing? Oh, we don't even know them. And what if we have kids next year? Oh God, we have to protect them and their futures. And I need to know. I need to know. We don't know when the second wave is going to come, but if we knew who had the antibody, who's been vaccinated through tracking their identity, then we'd be safe. We can use our phones through face detection. While measuring social distancing, we can face detect people at the same time. Ask me to listen. Digitized identity.
Sir? I mean, Mr. Roberts, I know you've been unhappy with my performance these past few weeks. Heck, I've been unhappy with my performance. My numbers are way down and I can barely stay on top of the balance reports. It's all been so hard. I know that sounds pathetic or weak or something. It's just, I don't know if I know how to do this anymore. It's really cold in the West office and so damp and musty. I'm wearing 2 sweaters a day now. This isn't a good look for anyone. Has it always been this cold in here? I guess it has been. I just never noticed these things, the little things, the cold, the dampness, the smell. Anyway, you know I'm not lazy. I've given 8 years of my life to you and the dividing demons, and I've loved every minute of it. The Christmas parties, those are some of the best moments of my life. And Martha's fruitcake. I mean, that's what dreams are made of. But sir, this is really hard for me. It's hard to sit in the space and crunch the numbers, crunch, report. And it's not just the office. It's hard to walk into the building and say hi to Leonard. Hard to sit in the break room and see everybody and try to make up a conversation. I don't know how to talk to anyone anymore. And not just, hi, how are you, but real conversation. And I don't know if I will ever be able to again. I've always been jittery or nervous or whatever. I know you know that. I know you see me biting my nails when the numbers don't match up or sneaking away to take. But since we've come back, it's been hard to just be in my skin. You know what I mean? And so I came in here today to ask you if it might be okay if I would be able to go back to working from home, where everything is safe and calm and quiet. It's the right thing for me to shelter and stay away from people who could get sick at any minute, people who might not have taken the medicine, people who still cough without giving a shit about other people, people who still touch and kiss and love, people who don't wear masks or the suits, people who don't follow orders and the rules, people who are selfish, people like you. Oh God, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not well. You have a wonderful company here full of reports and numbers and good people. It brought me so much happiness before everything changed. Stay safe, stay well, stay alive. I'll let myself out.
I don't have long. I know it's been a while since I sent you one of these, but in case I don't make it, I just need to tell you that I'm doing it. I'm taking the swim. Today. I know we spoke about this and we said that I wouldn't. That would be safer for both of us to do it, but that was almost a year ago. And after today, I just don't think I can do it. My friend Timmy did it. He did it a few weeks ago and I haven't seen him. So either he made it or, well, you know, I don't know if they're telling you anything or if you're even watching these, but it's a hellscape out there. Food rations are all out. They stopped the airdrops and I've been surviving on old cans of beans and dry rice. Luckily, I've managed to keep my apartment pretty safe from the factions and all the infighting. I haven't joined a side, so no one really knows where I am. If they do, I don't think I could fight them off. I wouldn't have the strength. I can barely leave the apartment without getting chased down by someone or getting shot at by some bunker from down the street. There's so many bodies, they stopped trying to bury them. I guess it just isn't worth it since, I don't know, no one can get on the island anyway. They're just everywhere. They're piled sky high in the parks, and you can't even see the water from the river anymore. Some from the disease, but most of them from the apparent war that's broken out on the island. It's just not something I hope you'll ever have to see. I honestly thought I could keep going, but today is a beautiful, beautiful day. The sun is out. Give you hope. Hell, it fooled me into hoping. Just for a split second. I thought the infighting would stop. I thought that we would get a notification saying that it was safe to go outside. I thought we had been rehabilitated. And then I heard it. There was a deafening noise. The ground shook. And then I ran to the window and I saw smoke coming down from the sky. And then a bomb dropped, one after the other. And that was just the first wave. And then the second wave hit. They're coming closer. I have to get going. If I move slow and hide behind the bodies, I think I might make it. And if I find you, well, if I don't, who's that? Hello? Is there someone there? Wait, who are you? No, wait, stop!
Hi. Sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you. I just wanted you to know it's nothing personal. It's just, well, there's been a lot on my mind. I'm sure the same with you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we've both been a little, preoccupied or something. I've been thinking about you a lot though, really, so don't think that's it. It's just, I don't know. I wanted to reach out often. I have no fucking idea how to tell you about it. I mean, who just up and outs this shit? Like it's talking about your day, who you saw, what you ate, which games guys are betting on it. It's not the same old shit, different day, right? There's nothing normal about this, at least not for me. I mean, some of the other guys have been through this shit, so for them it's normal, but I guess, I have to get back soon, but I just want to say thanks for the picture of us in Lake George last year. Honestly, didn't remember at first. Whole weekend, total blur. Then it comes back. Walking by the water, checking out shops, fried clam sandwiches and ice cream at Howard Johnson's, cherry vanilla all over your face. I keep thinking, keep remembering. Thanksgiving at your parents', bowling with your brother, shopping for sneakers with your kid sister. It's normal. Playing in a good way. I mean, I like it. I miss it. It's new. I feel so free, at ease. Because of you. I'm done with the bottle. Don't need it. Don't want it. Some traditions die hard, but they die. I want to make new ones. Healthy ones with you.
Another morning followed by a day of mindless games and endless contemplation. So many soulless ways to pass the time. But to what end? It always comes to naught, each moment fusing with the next until they've all become one quest. When will I leave? I could venture, walking around the park, fresh air, sun, and gentle river breeze. The masks are gone, the same for 6 feet gaps. But something holds me back. What could it be? I lost my love, dear friends and colleagues too. Still, I came through and have survived them all. Then why are my feet planted to the ground as if they each have weights of 50 tons? What tether keeps my arm from reaching for the door? Is it the invisible thread that links me to the past? The sirens' haunting wails that hurt my heart? Joyful cacophony we made as we applauded capeless heroes? It was such a raucous communion, and what I truly miss. But not the stares nor the jeers, because of how I looked. So bad I dare not cover up my face on 42nd Street for fear of hate that smoldered beneath the surface. The virus, like a bellows, fanned the embers of resentment till it drew the bigots out. To spit and punch and kick and stab and maim. But back in Chinatown, protection was the custom and to be expected. Here, no longer Vietnamese, but simply Asian. Nothing's ever simple. Who am I today? I really want to leave. I have to leave. They say we all are safe, no vaccine, yet something just as good to ease the pain. I grapple with this moment every day. What will it take to get on with my life, to forge ahead and leave the past behind? I must cut the cord of conscience. It's no mean feat, but vital that I do. My course of action's not outside that door. It's buried somewhere here within my breast. I'll discover it soon, I am quite sure. Until that time, there won't be any rest.
Babe, just hear me out on this, because this opportunity, it's maybe a little out there, and there is some risk involved, but I mean, when is there not? You know, you said yes to me, so. Okay, rewind. 2018, Elon Musk says there could be some natural or man-made event that could end civilization as we know it. And therefore, it is incumbent upon us to accelerate this process, you know, of humanity becoming a space-faring civilization, babe, a multi-planet species. Okay, he also said that we shouldn't just assume our window of opportunity will be open forever. And if the last year has shown us anything, it's that that window, I mean, maybe it's closing way faster than we ever thought, right? Which is why SpaceX moved up the moon mission 2 years from 2023. You know, they had to forego some of the test flights in order to do it, but I'm sure it'll all be fine. Anyway, now, oh my God, I still can't even believe it, but fuck, somehow Yusaku Maezawa, right? This multi-hyphenate, multi-billionaire sees my work at the gallery. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing in Bushwick, but do you realize what this could mean for us? Do you know how much this guy paid for an untitled Basquiat? Over 110 million. No, he didn't buy my piece yet, but he wants me to be one of 8 artists to join him on the moon mission. I know, who am I, right? But listen, okay, back when he was making the announcement that, you know, he was gonna be the first civilian passenger on a lunar Starship mission, Maezawa stood up at this press event and said, I choose to go to the moon with artists. Isn't that so fucking badass? He said, what if Basquiat went to space and saw the moon up close? What masterpiece would he have been inspired to create? You know, what if Picasso and Coco Chanel and Warhol and Michael Jackson had the chance? Yeah, and how is he gonna pick who gets to go? He would personally reach out to the artists he loved. That's what he said. Yeah, anyway, I kind of lost track of the status of the whole thing until, you know, I got this email, right? This unbelievable invitation from Maezawa's team. Yeah, I said, thank you very much. And I told him I'd have to think about it, of course. But then I did some research and I found some stuff online. Turns out he's had a hell of a time getting anyone to sign on. Can you believe that? I mean, an all expenses paid mission to the moon. Who wouldn't fucking jump? Right, Ringo Starr. Okay, Maizawa asked if he wanted to go to the moon with him, like, kind of half joking, kind of not. Maizawa asked him, and Ringo says, I'm interested in my head, but not sure if I'm interested in my heart. Ringo fucking Starr. And then Damien Chazelle, right? He just made that movie First Man. And Maizawa interviews him and says, you should be the first film director to go to the moon. Okay, the first man. And you can tell Chazelle is really fucking nervous. He's squirming in his chair and he's stammering. Finally, he says he'd have to think about it and, discuss it with his wife first, which, yeah. So, what do you think? The whole thing would take about 6 days. Okay, 3 to get there and 3 to get back. It'd be a figure of 8, just like Apollo 8 did. Okay, me and Maizawa and I'm not actually sure who else yet, but can you imagine what I could create up there? What I could bring back to you for us, babe. I could literally give you the moon. But I absolutely 100% won't do it if you think it's too. What isn't dangerous nowadays? Right? I mean, right?
I can't believe it. Who would have thought that all it took to stop the virus would be Dr. Fauci dancing on TikTok, and so suddenly. Way too suddenly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am thrilled it's over. I don't think anybody complained more about being alone and not being able to see my friends and having to wash every single grape with soap or just water. I'm still not really sure. And especially about not being able to go to theater or the restaurants or anywhere, but having everything in your life change in just 30 minutes? It's mind-blowing. I mean, I understand that Cuomo himself only just found out about the sudden disappearance of the virus, but how are they expecting us to readjust so quickly? Crazy making for sure. I mean, tonight, I was supposed to watch the season finale of Tiger King on Netflix, and I had a Zoom happy hour scheduled with my coworkers this afternoon, not to mention the fact that I just had a case of wine delivered, and I'm expecting a month's worth of groceries to come in next week. Yeah, I finally got a slot. Waking up at 3:27 in the morning did the trick. And what about my dog? How is Millie gonna react to me suddenly leaving the house without her? It'll seem like a major betrayal. She's gonna miss the virus, that's for sure, and don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic to finally meet up with my friends at a real bar tonight, but I don't really know if I want them to see me the way I look right now. I haven't cut or colored my hair in months, and I don't even know if I know how to put on makeup anymore. Not to mention the fact that fitting into anything except sweatpants after gaining that Corona-19 just doesn't seem likely. Ugh, and how am I going to survive without my daily Cuomo briefings? He's been my one and only constant this whole time. And speaking of Cuomo, has there ever been a man so smart, so honest, so real? Not to mention the fact that there's not going to be any other men in my life anytime soon. Do I really want to date any of those guys I met on FaceTime? Maybe I'll just go and finally clean out that... No. That's crazy. I haven't seen these people or any people in months. I've got to go. Okay. Now open the door, take a step and keep on walking. Put that mask back in your pocket. Maybe I should just go and wash my hands one more. No. That's crazy. You can do this. Wow. It's beautiful. All these people talking, walking, laughing, holding hands, and look at that. Bagel Talk is open and I could walk in right now and get a toasted everything. It all seems so long ago, so far away, and wow, people are standing online next to each other, and I've never seen anything quite so beautiful. It's really here. We're back and better than ever. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, wait up. I'll be right there.
Oh, don't show me my memories from 1 year ago today. It's like I'm being cross-examined. Did you or did you not buy dinner for a man on your first date? Guilty as charged. I met him the night before. I took him home and we slept into the afternoon, and voila, we were on a 2-day date. I suggested Polly G's, and yes, I paid. I used to do that so I could say I didn't need a man. That and a bunch of other reasons. What was that buffoon's name? A freelance mural painter. I treated him to dinner and drinks during our month-long whatever it was because he was waiting on a check. Then voila, he was gone. Gone. Like it never even happened. Like we never happened. It was real. I mean, you can't just fake that kind of connection. Donovan was his name. Thanks, Facebook, for the memory. I really need to quit social media. Took me like a month to move on. I was mad, fuming. But then I got a new do, mostly because I have thoughts of meeting him again under an alias and telling him off, but turns out I look better with layers and I didn't feel like I needed closure anymore. I was getting lots of compliments and attention, and I guess that's what I really needed. Shortly after the new do, the new me, the me with a hairstyle, I saw him at the Brooklyn Inn. There he was, just sitting there with this fake brooding routine. The anxiety of 7 unreturned texts was reawakened in my stomach. I thought about attacking him. I thought, I'm a 41-year-old white woman who's never had any problems with the law. I bet I could smack him around with no consequence. I positioned myself behind a group of 3 people standing so he couldn't see me, and I texted him. I saw him look at his phone. I saw him look at my text and put his fucking phone back down. I lunged at him, ready to scratch his face, throw his drink, call him names, but my foot caught on the leg of a chair. My lunge turned into a very forceful fall. I looked up at the 3 people I've been hiding behind. They cared about me. They asked if I was okay. Did I need help? Donovan never even turned around. That was the last time I saw him. The almost attack. I'm not that person anymore. There are days I don't even recognize myself. The new do started a domino effect. I went to Guatemala for a month. I cleared my chakras. How about showing me pictures of my future me?
I mean, how much more awesome will I be next year? That would be a welcome sight. I look so happy in this picture. So doesn't he? Freeloader.
Hello. Look at you. Look at you. I am so happy to see you. Come in. Come in. Oh, well, put that box down. You don't want to be carrying around that heavy box while you look at the place. Oh, right here. Oh no. Put it there. Oh. Okay, sure. Wherever you want then. What do you have there over your face? It's a whatchamacallit? It's a, don't tell me. It's a smile cover. Well, you can see the place at least. You can still see with those movie star blues. Look at him twinkling. Look at you. We don't have many people in and out these days. Ups and downs, ups and downs. The markets are always upsy daisy, I say. But Helen Endress, that's me, has 100 listings. Can you believe it? At any given time, I had 100 listings. That's a lot of houses. Now, you can see we have a very big open floor plan, and this place over here, that's the that's the the sharp and the hot. Sharp, hot. Well, don't go in there. They don't like it if you go in there. This part has tables and chairs. It's big. It's really big. You can see. So if you have a family or maybe even some pets or a couple of couples. That sounds like trouble. Oh, feels good to laugh, doesn't it? I'm just so happy to see you. You don't have to go so soon. It's just that it's just so hard to keep track. But then there's not like there used to. Well, you know what I mean. And there's nothing you can do. Just nothing you can do. You try, but it's just broken, I guess. Some of it just doesn't fit. Isn't that sad? Huh? I think I might cry. Solitary soul. I don't even know your name. Well, I see you have a name tag on your shirt. I'll put my glasses on here. Ups. That's kind of a funny name. Mr. Ups. I like it. I like you. Well, you be good now. Here, take my card. Helen Endress. 100 listings. That's a lot of houses. And come back soon. Do you know Tom? Tom Endress. Oh, he's a good man. He's tall as you, maybe taller. Why don't you bring my husband Tom with you next time? Wouldn't that be fun? You bring my Tom. You'll like him. My mother likes him too. She'll be along in a little bit. I know. You have to go. Well, next time then. Oh, I'm just so happy to see you. Timbuk, Toodaloo.
Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. That is our show. All of our actors, directors, and writers are rejoining us with video so everyone can see our full company. And while they're all joining, I just want to say how wonderful it has been to be with you all tonight. It has been inspiring and joyful and just, it's just really warmed my heart. So let's not let it end, right? Come back. We have 2 more nights of performances. So you can go to our detention webpage for RSVP links to our other nights. Look in the chat of the YouTube channel, and we are going to post that webpage shortly. And also keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll post the link about a half an hour before the performance each night. If you would like to engage with us in other ways, just a reminder to join our Primary Plus virtual community Facebook group so that you can see all of our upcoming events. This coming Monday, we are going to post a free masterclass with casting director David Caparelli-Otis. And on Wednesday, we will have a free lunch and learn, which is an hour-long playwriting workshop with writing prompts. After the workshop, you can stay with us and in breakout groups to share and talk about what you wrote. Now, we have other virtual events like read-alongs of our favorite plays and the Film Club Happy Hour and more, which we are continuously announcing. So be sure to check back for all of our upcoming events and also for some Pride events that we're planning and hosting for June. So it looks like, I'm just double checking. Are we here? Are we almost all here? We are all here. We are all met. Thank you to this incredible company that you see before you. Thank you, actors. Thank you, playwrights. Thank you, directors. And thank you for letting us, audience, for letting us into your homes. Thank you for joining us in ours. For everyone here tonight, from those who have been with us for years to those just joining us for the first time, it has been a privilege to create community with you tonight. We may be socially distant, but we don't have to be isolated. From your Primary Stages family, stay well, stay safe, be creative, be vibrant, be joyful whenever possible. We love you. Good night.